Welcome back to Inside Out, where we're transforming you soul, body, and image. And joining us today is Jenny and Abby Rosengren. For those of you just joining, they're our fabulous mother-daughter makeover duo. So you guys look amazing. But what I really wanted to talk about on this segment was more what's going on the inside. So let's dive deep into the soul. Now, you and I had a conversation.
Yes.
You've got 8 kids, 9 on the way, right?
Yeah.
And that's got to be a challenge running your house. Is that?
It is.
Is it?
It is. And something that I've really has been, I mean, I help people to heal and get through their blocks, and for me, I started to realize that as I would go out and I would create these classes so that people could heal in this loving, nurturing environment, non-judgmental, non-condemning, I realized that I could be that person. In fact, one of my students, and she said, "You're a gentle coach." And I realized I wasn't that at home.
Right.
And I needed to be able to bring that back to my home so that I could really be that true, loving, nurturing person.
Right.
And so we talked about
we did talk.
What was going on?
I'm gonna fill everybody in on what we talked about. But first, I want to hear from Abby. Obviously, your mom's amazing. She does so many wonderful things. But you probably see her get a little stressed out sometimes. Is that right?
Yeah.
A little bit. See, you're doing better than you think. What we talked about was acting rather than reacting, and this is something we specifically talked about. Now, when we're placed in an environment, sometimes. Well, let me do this. Abby, put your hand in front of your face right here. Okay, now open your eyes.
Okay.
What do you see?
Like 3 random fingers.
So you basically see your hand. You see your face. Now, Abby, I want you to go like this to your hand.
Okay.
Now what do you see?
A very nice hand.
A very nice hand, but you can see all around you, right?
Yes.
Now suddenly your problem's not so big. So a lot of the times when we get in this environment, when we have an issue, say you had mentioned your house gets a little bit messy sometimes. I can imagine with 8 kids, but that seems like such a big problem. And we talked about stepping back and looking at that from a different point of view.
Right.
So the cycle that you go through, and let's just walk through this with you so that the people at home, so you listening at home can walk through the same process on your own. Think of a problem, think of a behavior, something that you're struggling with. What's your environment when you feel like you start to get a little bit stressed out about things at home?
Well, I become militaristic.
Nice.
and I'm not nice. I'm not patient, and I didn't want to have that kind of feeling in my home.
So how do you feel about yourself when you start to act that way?
I totally judge myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm harsh with myself, and then I think that naturally spills out and is even worse of an environment for my family because then that negativity grows.
Right. How's your self-esteem and confidence when you feel like you're being that militant mom when you're reacting to the problem at hand?
I'm just not feeling good inside.
That definitely can affect your confidence, can it?
Yeah.
And when we're talking about building our inner confidence and our inner beauty, we want to act instead of react. So the question is, how do you get to that point? How do you act instead of react? And do you remember what we talked about on the phone?
We talked about really connecting to like stepping back, and that's what I do in my class. Is I step back and I listen to my intuition of where do I need to go with this instead of just knee-jerk reaction. Yeah.
So changing your perspective rather than viewing the problem, reacting to the problem at hand, seeing the full environment, and also remembering who you are.
Right.
So what kind of a mother do you want to be?
I want to be loving. I want to be nurturing. I want to be patient and kind. They still need to. That doesn't mean they can walk all over me.
Right.
But understanding, I want them to respect me. Truly, I want them to honor me and feel like I want to do this for my mom instead of mom's going to get angry if I don't do this.
So the real key advice to learn how to act instead of react is just decide who you want to be, how you want to act, and then remember to take a step back when you get in that moment when that problem seems so big right in your face, just to step back and remember who you are and what you want to be. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. And tell us one more time, how can people get a hold of you that want to work with you?
Well, I have a website that's myperfectionhealing.org. I also have another website called crazyherbgirl.com. And my phone number, everything is they can contact me through that website.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us again. Jenny and Abby Rosengren, mother-daughter, beautiful makeover. And we really felt privileged and blessed to have you on the show. Thank you so much for coming. Stay tuned on how you can transform soul, body, and image.